Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our Salem by Night Chronicle. My name is Will. I will be your storyteller this evening. And last we left off with our Camarilla Coterie. Some stuff had went down in the apartment of one Albert Frost. Some agents had found them and followed them to his apartment after being tipped off by a nurse at the hospital. There was a bit of a gunfight, and the apartment has been abandoned for the better part of discretion. The group went on to, in their hurt condition regardless, they went on to meet with their prince of the city, Geraldine Birmingham, who was on stage with some of her primogens, Samuel Hunter, Aisling McGinty, which they got to meet, and Malcolm Thatcher, some of which are easy to tell, but you found out that they were her Malkavian, her Bruja, and her Nosferatu primogen, respectively. They had discussed the events of the evening of the Elysium 3 nights ago. And they also threw Samuel Hunter under the bus by telling him that they witnessed a vision of his as he had finished feeding. After which there was a little power struggle or a power show from Miss Birmingham, and you discovered that people were making moves in West Salem, and that and Yvette Morrison was willing to back them. They also found out that a Simitzi called the Dragon is in the city, and an old man, Barlow, has come to Salem. We left off with them noticing that there was a motorcycle club outside the last call bar called the Free Souls. And they have since armed themselves with some gifts from Samantha Crushing, and we're going to pick up a couple of weeks later as they have finished licking their wounds, pun intended, and are currently sitting in what was Joshua's house in West Salem. Good evening, players, and welcome back to Salem.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi. So, upon your arrival to Joshua's house 2 weeks ago, you are all armed with whatever one melee weapon you'd like and one firearm of your choice, within reason.
There was my AR-15.
Yeah.
There goes my rocket launcher.
Joshua's house is nondescript. It's at the end of a cul-de-sac. It is... there it is. It is a 2-bedroom house with 1.5 baths, an ample living room, a decent kitchen, a small yard out front with an apple tree, and a hedge fence that kind of rises up to 6 feet in the backyard. There's a tree house in the old spruce tree that takes up a good quarter of the backyard, and there are some remnants. If either one of you has gone back there, there's remnants of what looks to be a young boy's life from the 1940s. Upon your arrival, you noticed that there was a letter addressed to Connie on the kitchen table, the dining room table, and it had what looks to be 5 business cards that were laid out in a weird triangle. The letter reads, "Dear Connie, here are the copies of the stuff you guys found. Had to leave in a hurry. I didn't like the look of a waterworks van parked down the street. Have taken to the forest out west. I asked the neighbor to come over and turn on the front door and kitchen lights. If I see that the bedroom light is turned on one night, I'll know you got this letter. Once I know you're safe, I'll come looking for you. Watch yourself. And signed, Joshua. The 5 business cards are for Roscoe's Square Ring Boxing, which sits on Glenreek Road and 14th Avenue.
Square Ring Boxing.
Square Ring Boxing.
And what was the address again?
It is Glen Creek Road and 14th Avenue. Another business card is for Colleen's Cozy Corner. It's on McNary Avenue and Elm Street. That's enough. Otherwise, you get copyrighted.
Mm-hmm.
What in Elm Street?
McNary Avenue and Elm Street. There's a card for Tower Records, which is on Franklin Street and Senate Street.
Ooh.
Yeah. That one has lipsticks on the back, like a kiss mark lipstick.
Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah. The 4th card is for Gunther's Holdings and Storage. It's on Edgewater Street and Eola Drive. Joshua's house in West Salem also, by the way, is, if I could find it, on Eola and something else.
Yola Drive.
I'd marked it.
I can't wait to do my Salem walking tour.
Right? Yeah. I thought that I had marked it. Where it is. There it is, yeah. It's directly south of Chapman's Corner. It resides off of Eola Drive and Mule Deer Street at the end of a cul-de-sac. It's got some trees covering the land past the fence. In the rear, which is some nice cover between the rear of the house and the next street over, which is Timberview Street. The last business card in his little broken triangle is the Red Eye Lounge on Wallace Road and Rogers Lane. Some of the more interesting things that have happened news-wise is that they have declared Professor Albert Frost killed in gang violence. His body was burned and left in his apartment. They also say that in the gang violence, a federal officer was also killed. And they
Bye, bitch.
And they have said that they have given her name.
What's her name?
So I'll find it.
Rip my boy Albert.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to find a new identity. No. That's that one. Where's her name? There it is. It was Special Agent Juliet Witten.
Witten?
Witten. Whitton.
Juliet Witten.
Yeah. Over the 2-week period, you've also found out that Isabella Gianelli has left Salem, Oregon, rather. She has left Massimo to her eldest childer, Vincenzo Di Alberti. And last you remember, Albert, Vincenzo is a sheriff of Pisa.
Did we get along, or did I never meet him?
You met him once, and I'll let you decide what your relationship is with him.
We were very cool. We bonded.
You think so?
I think so. I'll let you
You sure,
decide.
Ryan?
Are you sure about that?
What do you think Vincenzo saw in you? Because he is Machiavellian to the core.
I think it like Nick, like strictly speaking, it was this is someone I can easily throw under the bus and get away with things.
Him about you?
Yeah,
That works.
yeah. I know who I am.
Other things of note that I would assume you guys have looked after in the 2 weeks. Melissa's father is currently living with her. He is, from what you've seen, a tall, kind of not chubby, but kind of bigger man. Usually kind of dressed in like a shirt and a overshirt with sleeves rolled up, kind of loose pants, kind of like slacks. Very reliable shoes, like footwear. No watch, and the only thing of jewelry that he looks to have is his wedding ring. He's clean shaven, has a bit of spotting of gray at the temples, but otherwise still has his kind of walnut brown hair, full head of hair.
What a gift.
Yeah,
What genetics.
yeah. Looking at him, you can definitely see that she got her looks from her mother. Because he looks like he's either been through a blender or he is not a good looking man.
So fail.
Fail.
Yeah.
I'm offended.
Are you her dad?
No, but I'm a Nosferatu.
Uh,
I'm the opposite.
I never
Leader.
said you were a fail.
Yes.
He said this guy was a fail.
Maybe the guy had a rough life. All right, just
I'm sure.
Yeah. Of course.
cut him some slack.
If you guys could please give me a wits and awareness roll.
Oh yeah, empezó la cosa. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Whoop.
why?
Just to
Alright, that's
see how much you've picked up of.
Oh my God! I've just got one hunger die. Oh my God!
Yeah, you guys are back to full health. You guys are down to 1 hunger. It's like a reset.
Oh my God! Okay. I
got me bingo.
remembered a lot. I remembered a lot of things, including moles and birthmarks.
All right. Remember it's
I got-
difficulty 6. So
Okay.
6 or higher.
I got 2 10s, a 7, a 6, a 9 on my hunger die, and then a 3.
Okay. So
That's what I'm telling you.
so it normally would be 5, but the 2 10s confirm a critical, so it's actually 4 successes off of that. So you got 7 successes. Which is good. That's what the Nosferatu should be doing. What did Connie get?
I got 1 success.
Okay. So Connie's heard some things. Anything for Albert?
Here we go again.
Remember, you're muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
How did that happen?
Yeah.
What's an awareness?
Wits.
So
Hotel
sad.
Wi-Fi.
What's an awareness?
Those 3, and my awareness is 2 dice. Oh my God, I get the other one.
Remember to make sure that you have a separate die to represent your hunger.
I do.
Okay.
There they are. Okay.
And I'm hungry. That's it. That's all.
That's all.
We don't get.
That's a.
All right.
Try to keep it
It is
to
a
less than 10 words of a song.
9 on the hunger die,
Okay.
and then a 5, and then a 9,
2.
and then a 4, and this is a 6.
Okay. So 3 successes. So Connie, you hear some whispers of the word Baron being thrown around in West Salem. Brandon, you also hear that from the people that you've talked to. But you also know that there's a bruja that's pulling her weight around in West Salem. The only thing that you've gotten though is a last name of Barrister. So it's not Sam over at the bar. Jeff, you get all of that, but you also know that you find out through some of your Nosferatu exchanges and things like that. Werner Hertzfeld is in the city. And it's not a coincidence that the Free Souls have kind of hunkered down in Salem. He believes that your contact believes that Old Man Barlow is also in Salem, and that he might have something to do with the biker gang. But you also heard that Joshua is currently presumed dead, and that they found the North Whip, Alfred Beckett, staked and burned. They don't know if it's really him, but he hasn't picked up any calls and nobody else has seen him in the last couple of weeks, so they think he's been targeted. And with Joshua presumed dead, it's down to 2 whips in the city, and Harvey Green is kind of looking for replacements, but nobody's biting the hook. You also have heard that Franklin Toombs, one of the elder Bruja that was in the city, has gone to Europe.
A lot of people leaving the city.
Yeah. Some of the rumors going around about Frankie is that he's succumbed to the beckoning. Also, with 7 successes, you have found out that Gretel Meyer has escaped her incarceration. I use the term loosely.
Wow. Okay.
So
That's a lot to take in.
yeah, but this is over the 2
That is a
weeks,
lot.
so
Yeah.
you can disseminate it as you. I'm assuming that you've told everybody.
Yeah.
Your haven has so far been unaffected by the shenanigans that happened at the Frost Department. They've been wondering where you've been.
Issues beyond my control.
They're hippies. They understand. One of them's like, yeah, man, the universe, it just, when it calls, you gotta pick up.
I said, hello, Gaia. What up?
Yeah. She can be a cruel bitch, but God love her. And you see, he gets down and he just starts to hug the earth.
Peace and love, man.
Yeah.
Peace and love.
Yeah. The other guy kind of sits with him. He's like, yeah, man, peace and love.
And I just started backing away.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. It is as awkward as it sounds.
Yeah.
But yeah. Are you gonna go back and forth from your haven to Joshua's, or are all of you kind of like sticking together? Albert's homeless, so I know that.
I'll tell you this. I don't want to stay at Joshua's because there's already a target, especially since that letter. I don't know if Connie shared the letter with the rest of us or not, but I feel more safe in my haven.
Okay.
If she did share the letter with us, I don't want to be somewhere where he's already said that there was another unmarked van, or that one was marked. It said water work, but
Yep.
I'd rather not be somewhere where they're there.
Mm-hmm.
Over Melvin's.
So. And Albert's more than welcome to stay in my haven.
Okay. Which one do you want to stay at, Albert?
Well,
With
Connie
my very,
too.
my very good friend Melvin. For some reason, I feel drawn to him.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
How long does that last?
If you don't feed again from him within a month, it'll start to die away.
So I got 2 more weeks left.
Yep.
All
But
right.
yeah, his ideas are so much better than yours right now.
I don't know what it is about me. Whenever I'm around him, I feel stronger. Like most of my unarmed attacks could deal aggravated damage.
He makes you feel safe.
Hey, Will, I got a question.
Yeah, sure.
Am I able to like sneak in blood to him?
Is this a thing that you want to do?
Possibly.
Okay.
Since somebody assaulted me, they opened up the door. So
Correct.
I'm just curious.
You can. You can. It will be depending on which route you want to take with that. Because it will increase your hunger by 1 every time that you do it.
Oh, okay.
Because you do have to give up a hunger's worth of blood.
Right.
And it will be depending on the method that you decide to employ to deliver said blood. It could be anything from dexterity, intelligence, composure.
Drink it!
But it will probably be larceny. If you're trying to do things underhandedly.
I got points in that.
Yeah.
No, but I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it. I want to, but I'm not gonna do it.
No, do it. I dare you. I dare you. Do it. You won't.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a thing to do. It's a thing to think about. Connie, you've had the house to yourself then, it seems.
Seems so.
Yeah.
What to do?
The rear bedroom, which is the one with the hole in the floor, is the most secure against the sunlight. You don't need to sleep in the hole anymore. But it is kind of, you know that it's there.
All right.
The windows have been kind of boarded up from the inside. There's been a lot of care taken to make sure that this is sunlight proof. The front room is a little less vampire friendly. It looks more like it kind of, if you've been snooping around the house, it kind of looks like somebody was sleeping there. There's a scent that isn't Joshua's.
Do I recognize it?
No. And if you look through the drawers that's there, you'll see that there are feminine clothes. There's bras and panties that are kind of folded neatly and very organized. It's almost OCD-ish, the level of organization that has gone into this.
Wow. Okay. Well, Joshua has some explaining to do. Do any of them fit me?
No, they're a little smaller.
Oh. Like smaller, like in size and possibly in age?
No, it's not. It's not like Crystalia.
Just smaller.
It's just,
Not crystally.
yeah. It's just a smaller frame. It looks like.
Okay.
Like you're not sure. It's just like I don't know the measurements for Connie, but I know that she did from her session 0. I know that she did like the pigs in the blanket. So I'm assuming she's a little fuller.
All right. Wow. Okay.
Uh,
Well, that's probably fair to say. But
Yeah.
still, jeez.
So
She like pigs in a blanket. My God.
yeah, like this is like barely a B cup. You know, it's like a thin waist. It's like a wafer of a woman.
All right.
Now that Brandon has gotten a chance to see your haven, why don't you describe it for us?
Please.
Map it out for us.
So, if I recall correctly, it was in the gardener's hut. Was like the, if I remember correctly, Will, right? It's on a mansion on the grounds of this like big mansion.
Mhm.
It's like just acres and acres and acres of land, and I basically am like the caretaker. It's there's a house, like a small house. It's not very big. That has a false floor. You go underneath there to the bottom, and I've got just very simplistic. I've got a very like low key kind of bed type thing. It's just a bunch of stuff kind of piled together to make into a bed. It's not very upkept, but I've got a little tiny bed for Betty D. She's actually got a nicer setup than I do.
Oh.
I've actually got her like a almost like a dog bed or like a thing for her. I've got, and there's one area that actually has a secret door that leads into the sewers. So I actually have like, and I'll show you that so that you know a way out in case this is ever compromised. But it's the best way to describe it is like think of like a fisherman's shed, like that kind of like this like dilapidated kind of just like little shed area with not a lot of decor, just the bare necessities.
Okay.
You know, very very simple. I don't typically spend a lot of time down here.
Okay.
Because that's not where the information is.
It's a very lovely home. Very lovely. Very, very lovely indeed.
It does its job. If you want, you can take my bed.
No, I don't want to put you out of your own bed. I don't mind sleeping on the floor at all.
Well, the bed is on the floor.
But like on the floor next to the bed.
Well, let me hold on, and I'll grab like some of the things from like the leg part of the bed, and I'll put them like on the floor, and I'll be like, well, here's at least like a pillow for you.
You don't want a pillow?
Well, I have pillow. I just kind of like flatten it out so it's like not as fluffy.
Yep.
You know, kind of like the stuff, and I just like look, instant bed made again.
It's very clever. I'm a very big fan of that move.
You've got to make do with what you've got.
Completely understandable. Alright. Should we have left Connie alone?
I don't feel comfortable in Joshua's house, and
Oh,
considering
neither do I.
our job is to bring him in.
Hunt him
You know?
down. Yes.
Well, that's what this is for. And I pull out the steak that I took from the. I just need to put it. If he's not coming with us, I'm putting him into Torpor and taking him. That's vampire. What's it called? Taser. That's a vampire taser.
You know,
It's a snake.
I'm glad we're having this conversation now because I don't feel entirely comfortable having it around Connie. Are we going to have to put Joshua down?
Nope. All we're tasked to do is bring him in.
Alright.
I mean,
Good.
we're kind of taking our sweet time on that because that was 2 weeks ago. But
I mean, we found the house,
yeah.
and he's apparently in the woods.
Well, I don't know. Again, I don't know if Connie shared that letter with us or not.
Oh, wait, do we know if that happened?
Because it was a sealed letter. We saw
Yeah.
the business cards, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
That was on the table.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming as of now that all I know is about these business cards.
Okay. I mean, we have a couple locations that we can start looking at least.
Do I recognize any of those locations?
Same.
As a man on the street.
As a man on the street. You've heard of Roscoe's. Roscoe has. It is said that Roscoe kind of skews his fights towards ghouls. But you don't know if Roscoe himself is Kindred. Tower Records, of course, you've heard of.
Yeah.
It's a 3-story building that looks like a tower. It's gaudy. You also know that the first floor is music, records, cassettes. The second floor is a bunch of Betamax and VHS tapes for movies and such. And you don't know what the third floor is because it's kind of marked off for employees.
You said that they were in a weird shape.
Mm-hmm. Like a weird triangle.
Like a weird triangle.
Yeah. Like if there had been 6, there would have been a good triangle.
If we put that triangle for a map of Salem, do you think it would show us exactly where he is? If we put that triangle of the map of Salem, do you think it'd show us exactly where he is?
Well, he said he was in the well, no, again, I don't know.
We don't know that.
Yeah. It could be. I mean, but why would he leave a map out?
Well,
Can I don't know what, it would probably have to be a random luck of the draw that I happen to have a map of Salem.
Even rods.
Heart of the cards. Odds.
A 1. You do indeed have a couple of gas station maps of Salem.
That's good shit.
I'll pop them open. I'll open them up.
Okay.
I'll give one to him.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'll take one and I'll open it up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's take a look, and I'll start going one by one and looking at them, and like marking them, like dotting them. Their location.
They do not create any form of sigil or arrow in any way,
What
shape,
if
or
we
form.
include Joshua's house?
Yeah, even less.
Oh.
It's like a broken 6.
Okay.
Mine has Joshua's house, but Melvin's doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't. Do you think they look the same at all?
Well, except for you put Joshua's house.
Yeah,
in there.
of course, except for my edition. I feel like I made it worse somehow.
I think I don't think it's helping us in any. I like where your head was at, but it's not putting anything together for me. I think we might just have to do good old fashioned police work on this one.
I've never done that, but I have done a lot of research in my time, so I think that's one and the same.
I think we should go get Connie because this obviously directly involves her.
Of course. What's the how long does it take us to get to Joshua's from Melvin's?
Walking.
I have, excuse me, sir. I have the shaggin' wagon.
We do have a van.
That's correct. You did steal a car. Yeah, it doesn't take you more than 15 minutes.
Righteous.
Yeah,
Let's play on the radio this evening.
You guys are up by Chapman's Corner, so getting down to Southern Salem shouldn't take more than 15 minutes. There's a smooth selection. It's mostly 70s stuff. So you've got some, Dancing in the Moonlight. You've got some Bee Gees. It's a kind of chill night tonight.
Oh, that's never promising.
Right? And as you guys are driving, I'll switch over to Connie, who... First question is, have you shared the letter with the boys?
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Oh, I know I don't have to. I haven't shared it with them yet.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the right time.
Okay. This night, as you wake up, again, kind of looking around in a defeated way of having come to expect something that isn't happening, you kind of go through your whole routine, and close to about 9, you can see that there is a van pulling up that you recognize, and as it does, you can hear the phone ring.
Okay.
It's the first time it's done that since you've been here.
What does the van look like?
It's the van that you guys stole.
It's the shag
cool.
mobile.
The shaggin' wagon.
Okay. All right. I'll answer the phone, but I won't say anything.
Okay. You hear a very soft, demure voice on the other line. Joshua, I'm so glad that you picked up. Listen, I think somebody's following me. I don't know what to do. I'm going to be at our spot, okay? I'll see you later. And she hangs up.
Okay. All right. So, I'm going to... All right. I'm going to find a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to leave a note I'm going to leave a note somewhere where I think Josh will find it.
Okay.
Probably in the hole.
Okay.
And I'm just going to say... I'm just going to write in quotes, I'll be at our spot. End quote.
Okay. Before moving forward, have you guys given what Joshua left you to the Camarilla? Or have you kept it? The relationship.
I know Albert would if he saw, like, because Joshua made copies of. Is that what it was? He made the copies
He made another set of copies of the relationship map.
Yeah, I would have been very. We need to take this back. It's our job.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I would maybe want to take one of the maps though and mark off, because we're not going to be able to make copies. So we have our own kind of rough copy of all the stuff.
No, I'm talking about the relationship map that Joshua left for Connie. The map that you guys have come up with, I would say that you still have both copies kind of to yourselves.
Okay.
So there's our personal maps, our gas station map.
Yep. The gas station maps are not part of the relationship map.
On my gas station map, can I flip it over and then just draw out the relationship map again?
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I was mean. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like make our own copy of it.
Okay. Yeah.
So that we have.
That's easy enough to do.
Are there any names this time around that we've noticed? Like, have I here's my question. Have I noticed, look in my copying it down, because I wrote it verbatim the first time.
Yes.
Have I noticed if Joshua's made any edits to it?
He has.
Son of a bitch.
He has indeed. Let's have you make an intelligence and awareness roll, or wits and awareness roll. Sorry, to see if you can notice what differences exactly.
2, and then what's gonna be 9 on the wild die.
On the hunger die.
God, Ron game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we can hear you on this one. Tune in Friday nights.
So you don't hear him on Fridays.
Yeah.
575.
Okay. There is one of them has been scratched off. Still one of the ones with no names. And there's
But it was a photo.
Yeah. And there's one now that does have a name that didn't have a name before. And it says Grant Reynolds. And it looks like it's been heavily underlined.
And that's it?
Yep.
I would have mentioned Grant Reynolds to the sheriff.
Okay. In your last interaction with him, then, you would have seen him get visibly upset.
At the name, or knowing that Joshua may still very well be out there?
Both.
Or has he already been declared dead?
It's presumed dead.
Yeah.
Presumed
Is
dead.
what I got.
Green
Is it publicly presumed dead, but we know the facts?
Green has made it public that Joshua is presumed dead.
Okay.
That he's made it clear that 2 of his whips have been killed, and as such, he's considered that an act of war from West Salem. But the second you say that Grant Reynolds is in town, or that was on the relationship map, he is visibly upset, and you see him. He kind of grabs you by the lapel of your shirt, kind of like where the collar meets. And now that you have an understanding of potence, you understand that he has it as well. And he just kind of pulls you into him, and he's like, "Are you sure you read that correctly?"
Yes, absolutely. It was also not the first time around, so this name has been added.
Fuck.
Why?
Grant Reynolds. He and I have tussled before.
Oh.
Last I heard, he sunk himself into a hole in Eureka, California. What the fuck is he doing here? He tells you what he looks like from the last time that he saw him. He's like, look, if you come across him, You
Yeah.
need to get the fuck out of there. All right.
Get the fuck out. All right.
The three of you, no offense, he looks at Melvin. You're not up to dealing with a former Templar of the Sabbat. So,
I beg your pardon. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
which part do you want me to elaborate on?
Templar.
He's a kindred killer. He's a known Diablerist. He trades in the blood of our kind.
All right.
If he could have been, he might have been an Assamite before the whole shifting of the Banu Hakim. The man's trouble. Unhinged. Who knows how many fucking people he's got fighting for control in that mind of his.
So am I safe to assume that the sheriff knows all the stuff I got? The information I got?
Is he one of the
Or no?
people that you want to feed information to?
I mean, I have been working for him.
Yeah.
Um,
With the majority of your elders now gone, because Connie doesn't have Joshua anymore, Albert doesn't have his name or Isabella anymore, and you've always had the sheriff to kind of fall back on. He's the
because
only
Mickey's out of town, isn't he?
Mickey's gone to dirt. Like he is,
Okay.
he has made himself hard to find.
Right.
Uh,
Okay.
And that's something that you would have learned over the 2 weeks, is that Mickey has sent something and is kind of preparing for it.
Okay. So if the sheriff's been my kind of confidant that I've been working with, I'll fill him in with all the info I got.
Okay. Alright. He'll reciprocate in kind then. But if Albert or Connie want to start creating a bridge with one of the other elders or one of the primogen, that's something that could have been started during the 2 week downtime.
Yeah, actually. The
Samuel Hunter is off the table. He is
He hates us.
sore. Yeah. That you guys just threw him under a bus.
Miss
Don't
McGinty.
start.
I'd like to try and get close to
Which one?
McGinty.
McGinty? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make a note of that.
Yeah.
Connie?
Nope.
Okay.
Also, I got a new fake name.
Yeah?
Oh, here we go.
It's Simon Winchester.
You mother...
Really?
You asshole.
Okay.
You better change your accent, too.
When I am Simon, I talk like these.
Simon Winchester.
No, I'm not changing my accent.
Okay.
I've committed.
Don't,
to
yeah,
British.
please don't.
Let's have you. You have resources?
What?
Do you have resources?
Yes. I have resources too.
Okay. Let's have you make a wits, streetwise, and resources roll.
Yeah. All right. Wit. Streetwise, which is 0. And what was the other one? And resources?
Resources.
Oh no. Got a 1 on the hunger die.
Oh man.
But I got 2 10s.
But you got 2 10s. Okay, so the 1 doesn't count unless you don't have any successes, period.
And then I got a 6 and a 4.
Okay. So, sure enough, you managed to use some of the street level contacts that you've heard about. You managed to kind of like remember some of the people excuse me, that Isabella kind of went to create different identities whenever she was going to go out of town or whatnot.
Mhm.
And it doesn't eat up a lot of your resources to do it,
Mhm.
so you don't lose anything in the process. But Simon and Winchester now exists. You have a driver's license and an American passport.
Oh, he's
Uh,
American.
Yeah,
Disgusting.
yeah. You have an American passport, a driver's license. You also have a bank account that's tied in. That's been tied into whatever Albert had before is
Okay.
now Simon's. And
Would I have had time to get this information to Isabella before she dipped, or did she dip too soon?
no, she dipped before any of this happened.
Heartbreaking. Okay.
I would change her name later.
Well, no, I'm still Albert. I do Simon to other people.
Sure.
My close friends call me Albert.
Yeah.
All right, Simon, let's go.
All right.
You set that up too perfectly.
Simon says.
Oh God, now that's a thing.
Yep.
Oh my God, that's true.
Yeah, I'm so glad that I have dominate.
That's a good use of it.
Simon says, "Take the nurse downstairs for me."
So you guys arrive at Connie's house. What would the three of you like to do with your evening?
Catch up.
Well,
Going on.
I'm guessing the last 2 weeks it hasn't been that we haven't seen each other in the last 2 weeks. Like
You've
come
Yeah.
come in contact. You've shared information, and you kind of have talked to the sheriff about what you found, and learned the whole situation about Grant Reynolds and whatnot.
Now, did the sheriff, after we gave him the map, was he still insistent on us bringing Joshua in?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had brought up your current situation, he would have been like, "Listen, I don't give a good fuck how you do it, but there's talk of somebody claiming to be a baron in West Salem."
A baron?
Yeah, that's what the Anarchs call their prince.
Oh, that. Oh, all right.
So, I need to know who it is as quickly as possible so we can deal with it. And if Grant's involved, that's fucked.
So my question then would be: should we not? I know I suggested it about 2 weeks ago, but again, would it not be clever for us to attempt breaking in, so to speak, or trying to fit into the Anarchs and then acting sub there's a word for this in English, and it's like
Subservient?
no, it's like covert ops, but it starts with an S.
Subdued?
No, it doesn't matter. But be sneaky about it.
You mean clandestine?
Sure. It will bother me all night.
Yeah. Talking
Well, I
about
feel-
using subterfuge?
Subterfuge.
It's right there.
Oh, the thing that's on the character sheet.
Had a long day, guys. Had a long day.
Yeah.
Use all subterfuge to undermine them, so to speak.
But didn't we come over here also because we knew that? Well, I mean, Josh was gone. Because we were hoping that because Joshua like crosses the bridge freely, he doesn't really carry the same rules on his back.
Yes, but with this word of a baron and this gentleman who kills Kindred and Joshua not being here, it may better suit us to find another inn, especially if we're still trying to find information on the Shemitzi and also find Miss Morrison.
One thing at a time.
Of course.
You're jumping to steps 3, 4, and 5 when 1 and 2 aren't done yet.
Of course.
We need to try to find Joshua. You heard the sheriff.
No. Besides, being granted the same kind of freedom that Joshua had means that you got to go up with his sire, and she ain't the friendly kind.
Do I know his son?
No.
Okay.
Do I?
You only have heard her first name whenever he's talked about her, and he always calls her a monster. Otherwise, but
What's her first name?
Camila.
Camila.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, she runs back and forth up this whole northwestern kind of Pacific Rim, all the way up into Canada and back. So
She doesn't have a home.
no. People like her, they don't set down roots.
Well, I understand.
If you meet her, you'll see what I'm saying. She's a force of nature. Scares the shit out of me. If I had a choice between fucking Camilla or Grant, shit, I'd fucking walk into the sun myself.
Good to know. All right. Well, it feels as though we're back where we started with trying to find Joshua.
Well, okay, so now, because I know we were with the sheriff, are we back now at...
Yeah.
Fast forward to where it...
Fast.
Connie's.
Yeah.
Okay.
It feels as though we're back where we were with Joshua.
Yeah. So...
Okay, so you just
I
pulled up
think
to Connie's house.
I'll get down. I'm gonna look around the street and see if I see... Like... The thing is, after what happened to me, I'm double and triple checking behind me.
Yeah. Being in a cul-de-sac, it is easy to see when something is out of place. And right now, the only thing that's out of place for you is that there's a woman kind of walking her dog.
Okay.
But not in the cul-de-sac itself, but like at the end of the cul-de-sac, kind of like crossing the street, going down the actual lane.
All right, I'll start. I'll start walking in.
Yep.
Well,
Do you lock the door, Connie?
remind me. Did I lock the front door?
Yeah.
Of course I did. I was like, of course I locked the front door.
Okay.
What
were you gonna say?
Can you remind me what's in besides the copy of all of the things? What else is in the letter?
The letter that he left you kind of has that. It looks like it's well thought out. Like he spent some time writing this letter to you, because you know that he has like horrible writing, and he kind of like hastily writes. But this looks like it was thought out. It looks like there might have been some drafts of it at some point. He had a drawing of the relationship map that you had given him, that he had made, so you know that he still probably has the original.
Mm-hmm.
And there was the kind of business cards off to the side in that kind of skewed triangle.
Mm-hmm.
It
He also mentioned that there was a van that was following him,
Yeah, he mentioned that in the letter.
but he didn't tell me where he was going. Right?
He did
Did
not
he leave?
say. He just said he has taken to the forest out west.
Okay, so then these guys already know what's on the letter because they have the relationship now.
But not the letter.
What else is there to say? He's in the forest.
Okay. So if you've shared that with them, then at least they know they can go into the forest if they want to look for him.
But we don't know about the bedroom light thing.
No.
Okay.
No, yeah, they don't know about the bedroom light, which was if I leave. No, if I read the letter, I turn on the light. Isn't that what it was?
Yeah, you leave the front bedroom light on. He'll know that you've read the letter and that you're safe.
Okay. So obviously I have the light on.
Okay. Yeah. So the house is well lit when you guys arrive.
I knock on the door.
Okay. You let them in. It's about
Well, I'm gonna look through the peephole or something first.
yeah.
I'm not a crazy person. But yeah, I let them in.
All right. It's currently about 10:30 when they arrive, so you still got a bit of night to do. What do you guys want to discuss?
Hello, Connie. How have you been?
Fine. Same as the last time you saw me. Just as
Well.
confused. How about you, Simon?
I mean, my friends call me Albert.
Wow.
I believe Melvin and I were speaking on the way over. We're considering going to one of the places that were left on those business cards.
Right.
Okay, is that correct?
Right.
I think that's a good idea. Is there any one in particular you want to hit up first? Do you want to go furthest to nearest to us or nearest to furthest?
Furthest to nearest to work our way back home, possibly.
I don't think we're going to be able to hit all these in one night, realistically.
Of course, understandable.
I know a little bit about the boxing gym, and I mean, based on what we're seeing at Tower Records, I don't know if Joshua maybe had a girlfriend or something there, because the lipstick.
Oh. Did Joshua have a girlfriend?
Honestly, I don't know if he did, but I did find some under stuff. So,
Interesting.
like
Other
you know.
stuff.
So if we do go there, I'll scan to see if I find a girl that meets her under stuff size.
You can just tell that looking from the outside.
I mean, I can try.
Alright.
Yeah.
What's the closest place, Will?
The closest place to you guys would be the storage. Gunther's Holdings and Storage.
Well, if you want to go the closest, it's going to be Gunther's. But the only one where we have any real intel on, quasi intel on, is the boxing gym.
Well, depending on how close this place is, why not? We can just hit up there since it could be on our way to to the gym.
Could I snoop through his shit and see if he has like records of a like a storage unit?
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Let's have you make a wits and investigation roll.
What's an investigation?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is a 10 on the hunger die,
That's dangerous.
and then a 7, and then a 6, and then a 5, then a 3, and then a 1.
Okay, so 3 successes, no crit. You kind of like walk past Connie as you guys are talking. You go into his bedroom. Did you see the same thing? There's a couple of layers of boarding on the window to kind of make it sunproof. There's a boudoir
Mhm.
with a mirror, and as you kind of step over to it, you can see your garbled reflection.
Hmm.
Kind of like somebody has put hard wax on the mirror as you kind of look into it. And as you kind of start going through the drawers, you see very minimal clothing, couple of jeans, couple socks, no underwear, couple shirts, couple flannel long sleeve shirts. And then you notice that one of the drawers at the bottom actually has a kind of lockbox. The other drawer at the bottom, you notice, has what looks to be 2 stakes that have been hand whittled. And it looks like there's the remnant of a bulletproof vest, like it's missing the plates.
So it's just a vest.
Yeah. But it looks like there's been a hole punched through where the heart would be.
Coney, Melvin, Betty D.
She doesn't stir.
After 2 weeks of living with her, nothing?
No.
That's ridiculous. Come check this out.
I walk over there.
You see the same thing, just that he's gone through his drawers, and you can see that he stands out in the reflection, like a blurred kind of mess, and the rest of you kind of have that cheesy appearance of like when somebody cuts in front of somebody that's being blurred out in a television program. But as you come over, you can see the little bit of clothing that he has. There's a couple of nudie magazines. And then there's, on the bottom drawer, there's the stakes, the punctured, what looks to have been a bulletproof vest. And then the other drawer, you see a lockbox that looks to be about 1.5 feet long, maybe 8 inches deep, and about 6 inches wide.
I'll pick up the bulletproof vest and I'm gonna examine.
Yep.
Have I ever seen this box before?
No.
What kind of lock is it?
It's one of those little kind of like special key, like the little round kind of special key locks.
Okay.
Don't all 3 of us have potents?
Hmm. I don't know where to look for these. I mean, I would imagine he took the key with him. Unless he
Connor,
didn't.
Connor, I don't think we need keys. Oh,
I also think it's kind of rude going through his stuff, but I guess we have to. And you know.
Melvin?
I take a step back when he goes to open that up.
Excellent.
I mean,
I put it down.
you want to just go with
No, I put
brute
it down.
strength?
Now that I'm thinking about it, the last time I opened something, we almost died, so
Yeah, I got shot.
I also got shot.
I grab it and I take a look at the lock to see if there's any way I can try to maybe pick it.
Oh. You could try. There is some lady products in the other room. You could try to make a dexterity and larceny check, yeah.
Alright. See, dexterity. And my larceny is
Remember that
1.
you can rouse to try and enhance your stats.
Let's do that.
Okay. So make a rouse check. Roll 1 die.
I got a 10 on that die.
Okay. So you enhance your physical abilities without incurring any hunger. So you get a 2 die bonus.
Sweet. All right. Now it's gonna suck. Watch, here we go.
Yeah.
All right. It's a 6 or higher, right?
6 or higher.
I got 2 5s, 2 3s, an 8, and a 7 on my hunger die.
Okay. So you have 2 successes so
two
far.
successes.
Remember that you can take a superficial willpower damage to reroll 3 regular dice.
Fine.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Let's live dangerously.
No, 2 1s and a 3.
All right. Do you want to use another willpower?
No, bro. I'm not gonna. Do you want me to just blow through willpower?
How many social encounters do you think you're gonna get to go through, bro?
Fine.
There you go. Live dangerously.
Okay, an 8, a 9, and a 3.
Okay. So 4
So
successes.
4 successes now.
That definitely pops the lock. And with an eerie creak, the lockbox opens. And you can see there is an old sepia kind of tinted
Excuse me?
picture.
Tainted?
Tinted picture.
Yeah.
It looks like it was maybe one of the first kind of photographs from the early 1900s. But it looks like Joshua, a woman who you can't really tell colors, but looks to have had a long hair, kind eyes, and she has her hands on the shoulders of a young boy who kind of looks like a young Joshua. There's no writing on it. There's a small straw handmade doll that's in the box as well. It looks like a little farmer boy. And then there's a pair of fangs. There is a cork top to some bottle. And there is a Bowie knife. You pull the knife out of its beautiful leather sheath and it is silvered.
Ooh.
And there is a glyph carved into the bottom of the blade.
I
Can I do like an? It's weird. I know it would be a cult, but like, could I use my academics just because I've researched these things to check out the glyph?
The glyph would not have appeared in any of the academic
No.
stuff that you've gone down.
Okay, so it would be an occult roll then.
It would be a really difficult occult roll if you want to try to figure out the glyph, yeah.
I would like to. Occult and intelligence?
Yeah. You're gonna need 6 threshold, so.
Okay. 9, 9, 2, and then a 2 on a hunger die.
Okay. You don't recognize it. It doesn't match anything that you've researched as far as Atlantis is concerned. It is too.
Okay.
It is not as dancey as the glyphs that you've researched when it comes to Atlantis. This looks very kind of harsh and harder lines. And it doesn't match anything like Japanese wise or Chinese wise as far as their kind of cryptographic language.
Okay.
It doesn't match hieroglyphics in any way, shape, or form. It is a strange glyph. But you also
Can I try?
don't know like the predecessors to how kanji kind of originated. Yeah, anybody can try to make an intelligence occult roll. It's just going to be really difficult to get.
All right, I want to try.
Kind
I
of
don't have a
straight
cult,
tens.
All right, I got 2 10s, an 8, a 5, and a 2 on my hunger dice.
Almost. That's 5 successes. You recognize the glyphs as being part of something that Josh was into. But you don't know exactly what it stands for. You just know that this is something that Josh was involved in.
Well, I grab the lockbox and I give it to Connie. I'm like, you're the direct contact to Joshua, so dead or alive, I think he would want you to be the caretaker of this. And I give her the box with the knife and everything. Oh, bye, Brandon.
Bye, Brandon.
He's like, why didn't you give it to me?
Right?
Yeah, I tried the roll first.
Right?
Hi, welcome.
Yeah, welcome back.
I have no idea what happened.
Fort Myers came calling.
Mm.
Well, oh, I'm Albert Frost and Connie. Oh no, there we go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I am gonna take the knife.
Okay.
I wonder.
Do you have
I
melee?
think what I'll. Huh?
Do you have any points in melee?
Do I have any points?
Oh,
in
you
melee?
don't. You don't.
I
But-
have points in melee. If not, I'm taking those 2 stakes that are there.
Maybe now you can go ask that old, the old homeless man about your wedding ring.
There you go.
Oh, it's true.
It's been so long.
A pair of fangs are in the box, like
Yep.
a pair of loose fangs, like baby fangs.
No, like fangs that look like they were ripped out of somebody's mouth.
Oh,
Well, that's a story.
Yeah.
that's corrupt. A
That is in fact why they're there.
Now, the cork top to the bottle, does it have any, like, is it from a particular bottle? Like, does it have the name of the bottle? Does it have dates on it? Like, what's special about this cork besides it being bare?
It is. There is something that looks like it might have been kind of uh, burnt in like a brand to the top of the cork, but it's kind of been sanded off. Uh, give me a wits and investigation roll.
Can I assist or do that too?
You can do that too, yeah, sure.
All right.
All right. Not great. I got 2 4s, 2 5s, a 6, and an 8 on my hunger dice.
Okay. You can take a willpower point of superficial damage to reroll up to 3 regular dice if you want to. You got 1 success so far.
I've got 4 successes.
Okay.
I've got a 9 on the hunger die, 2 10s, and a 7.
So that's 6 successes actually.
Oh, so 6 successes.
Yeah.
My wits investigation 7. 7 dice.
Yeah.
I was a freaking detective.
Yeah.
Mine is 6. Damn.
Yeah. So as Connie's kind of looking over this cork and she's moving it around in her fingers, you catch a glimpse of like part of the corner that still hasn't kind of sanded away all the way. And as you kind of hold it in place in her hand, you look down at it, and it looks like it says Conflict, Missouri.
Conflict, Missouri?
But there's no city in Missouri called Conflict.
Oh.
So I tell you, I'm like, looks like it says Conflict, Missouri. As far as my knowledge, there's no place like named like that.
Could it be a brewery of some kind?
Well,
Are there wineries in Missouri?
but yeah, I think they used cork on liquor too, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
could have been. I remember during Prohibition, these folks would.
Bourbon was huge in Missouri.
A lot of liquor was involved with corks, so it could very well be he was involved in some kind of deal with some bootleggers.
But why would he keep the cork top?
Memories? Why would I keep my wife's dead clothes?
The his and hers towel.
I guess that goes back to the towels, right? This goes
Yeah.
back to the towels.
Absolutely. Which you both saved from, by the way. I'm very grateful for it.
You're
Betty D
I-
has claimed the hers towel, by the way.
It's my peace offering to Betty D, so we can become friends.
Yeah, like it exists solely in her bedding.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
a big deal. You
I've
put the
lost
towel-
everything. I might as well become friends with a ferret.
I couldn't dry my hands on them, but now they
I had known you for a
That's-
day.
Okay.
A day. I've known this ferret for 2 weeks and 2 days.
Why would he keep a bulletproof vest with none of the plates on it with holes in it?
How many holes? No, it's one hole.
One hole.
It's one big hole in the heart.
Oh, that's all right.
My theory is, and I'm going to pick up one of the stakes and just see if it fits into where the chest hole is.
It does.
I believe this was used as a means of protection at one point, and it has now been rendered useless.
Take a look. You said that they're specialty carved, right?
Yeah, they're whittled almost by hand.
There's some craftsmanship to this. I take out the one that I got from the bar.
The one that you got from Sam is very uniform. It looks like there's very clean edges. The conical point is kind of pencil-like in how it's been sanded down. The two in the drawer look like they They were either carved with that Bowie knife, or they were carved with like the fingertip claws that you've seen Connie use. Like there was something personal about the carving of these things.
Mm. Okay. We need to figure out something. I don't know if we want to, we should, do we want to go out west to the forest? Do we want to check out those business cards? Obviously, he left those for you, Connie, for something.
I would go to the businesses first. I think that he is smart enough to know how to hide well in the forest, and if he left these cards, then there's definitely some sort of link between where he's at or why he went, who he might be followed by in those areas. He was obviously onto something to have these. He probably visited all of these businesses. So I mean, tracing his steps could be smart instead of us just going straight into the forest and using our superpowers to try to sniff him out. That's
Well,
what
you said that the business, that the photo didn't have any writing on the front or back.
The old timey photo has no writing now.
Okay.
It looks like this was his family. Does it look like it was of that era, or what? Does it look like it was like a cheesy, like
No,
at a
no.
carnival,
It looks
like
like
a legit photo?
it looks like it was turn of the century. He's got the kind of silhouette of what a businessman would have. You know, he's got the high collar, he's got the jacket, the vest, the tie, the fob watch chain coming out of his pocket. He's got like the spatter dashes on his shoes. He looks a lot cleaner and more put together than in all the time that you've been with him.
Tells you how much he's changed. I'm gonna put I put the all of the mementos back into the box.
Mm-hmm.
I look to Melvin and I hold the knife and I say, "Do you know what to do with this?"
I mean, the pointy end goes into the into the other person, but I mean,
I'm gonna hold on to it just in case. I'm gonna hold on to it. So I'll put that in my pocket.
if you don't feel comfortable, then I know how to use one of them. But did you guys? I asked you guys. Did you guys take a stake from this place also, or did you guys take some kind of weapon?
Oh, we never went over the weapons.
Yeah, I don't think I took any.
We can discuss what you've grabbed at the end, so you guys can add it to your character sheets. It's not going to be important.
Okay. All right.
For right now.
Right. No, well, I just kind of open up my trench coat and I just kind of show the stake that I got. Like, I might suggest taking one of those just in case, if you don't have one already.
I'll grab one.
I'll grab one too.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know how the silver, like what it's used for?
You can make an intelligence and occult roll.
Okay, so if I don't have a cult, I can't make that roll.
And it's just intelligence.
Right. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I got a 7 on the hunger die and a 7 and then a 5. So 2 successes.
Okay. You've heard it said, Mickey once talked about how there are the possibility of werewolves exist in the world, and how they're susceptible to silver. How that's one of the few things that Hollywood has gotten right. Kind of like sunlight for vampires with the whole Bela Lugosi. even though the cross is a thing that isn't unanimous.
Everybody.
Yeah, but it
Right.
is. Some people do fear religious symbols.
Okay. Connie, I will tell you this. Mickey filled me in that knife that you got in your hand. There's probably way more valuable than you think. You're familiar with lichens, right? With werewolves.
I mean, who isn't? But I don't know that they're real. I guess that shouldn't be surprising. I
Well, yeah. And that thing right there is probably going to be your best weapon against them. They've got a, just like we've got a problem with sunlight and stakes through our hearts and general damage like shotgun blast to the back.
yeah.
Werewolves don't like silver, which leads me to think Joshua's dealing with even crazier things than we're thinking about. And if he's in the woods, I don't know why he wouldn't take that with him.
Assuming I think he definitely had time before he left here.
What if he didn't want to come back?
Then why would he leave this? Why would he leave the box?
Easier to navigate without it? He could have left in a hurry.
No, he definitely took his time here because he wrote to me, and that letter, there's no way that he wrote that in a hurry. So I'll just, for now, I'm going to put this box, I'm going to hide this box away back where it was. We know where to find it if we need it.
Or
But I'm taking the knife. So, are we going? Are we going to where
I guess the
Gunther?
closest place, right? Gunther's storage is the closest one.
Okay. As you guys kind of like set your goals, and you kind of start to move out of the bedroom, you hear a soft knock at the door.
I'm going to hold on.
I'm gonna activate Shadow Cloak.
Yeah.
Is there a
Yeah, I
rouse
got a
check for
7
that?
on my.
Nope, it's free.
Okay.
Well, I just got a 7 on my rouse check to do my office key.
Yeah, I'm gonna activate Silence of Death.
Okay. So Melvin, as he kind of backs up behind the other two of you, you suddenly just don't see him anymore. And then Albert becomes a little bit harder to spot, even though he's right next to you.
Well, can I make a stealth check now?
Sure.
Because it gives me a +2 die bonus.
Yeah, make a dex and stealth.
Yeah.
If you're moving, or if you want to stand still, it's going to be stamina and stealth.
Alright, then I'll stand still.
Okay.
So that's 3 for that. Those 3. And +2. Okay. That is a 1 on the hunger die. So that it's 2 10s,
Okay.
8, 7, 5, 4, 2.
Okay. So yeah, so you see for a moment there, as you back up, Jeff, you see that
Mhm.
Albert kind of steps off to the side and stops moving. And the second he does, it's almost like the shadows wrapped around him, and you don't see him anymore.
Okay.
And like you're pretty sure that you're invisible, but that is an invisibility that even you feel
Next level.
uncomfortable with.
Okay.
Like if you walk past them, you can just hear the.
Okay. I keep walking.
It's soft, but it's there. Like the second you get close to him, and as you back away, they just get really soft. They're just,
Hmm.
Oh.
The devil is not welcome here.
yeah, Oblivion pulls from the shadow world. Just so you're aware.
Yep. Oh, I know.
That's That's why I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want it.
I don't want it.
Don't want the shadow world, no ma'am.
All right, so Connie, you're silent, and behind you, the boys have disappeared.
Go get him, Ray.
I kind of just want to see, like, I can't. I want to try to see if I could see who's outside, but I don't want to like give away my position because they could see me.
Yeah. But so far, it just looks like you're the only one in the house.
Okay.
And I'm walking behind her.
Okay.
Can I sneak to the? Is there a peephole in the door?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I move? Can I like be super duper stealthy and like quietly like lean somehow in to see the people without actually walking in front of the door? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want my feet to show up. I mean, the lights are on, so they can
Yeah.
see me
Yeah.
if I'm in front of the door.
If I were to put my hand on her shoulder to like stop her, does that take me out?
No.
So like if you start moving, because I can't speak because I have to stay quiet. I kind of put my hand on you to kind of like hold you back,
Mm-hmm.
and then you like I brush so you feel me stepping forward, invisible.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right, so you're gonna look through the peephole.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a slender, very beautiful, tall, black woman, lithe figure, muscular. No sleeves on the shirt, a kind of leather vest, and very simple pants and shoes. And
Out the door. Out the back door. Out the back door. Right now.
you see that she has dreads that have been kind of tied back and just kind of spill out like a very kind of spaghetti-like mane at the back of her head. Light eyes. And she just kind of seems to be standing there. There's a necklace that you can barely see, only because whatever it is kind of stands out against her black skin of the top of her chest, and it looks like a shark's tooth kind of thing. But it's a leather thong that kind of wraps around her neck. And she's just standing there.
I back up. And I'm gonna come out of it, but whatever.
Okay.
I get behind Connie again.
Yeah.
And I just go and I go.
Always use your shields.
Yeah. Well, there's a woman out there. She doesn't look like she fits in around here. She looks very, in the sense, she looks very of the country, in the sense she's wearing a leather vest with no sleeves. She's got some weird like shark tooth necklace. She looks very not city.
Again, you hear 4 very soft knocks. Just
Does any of this sound familiar to me?
not at all.
What do you think I should do?
I mean, the lights are on in the house upstairs. There's lights on all over the place.
There's no
She
upstairs.
knows someone's here. Oh, or no, in the
No,
bedroom.
it's a
sorry.
first. It's a 1 story.
Okay. The lights on. And the bed, so it looks like someone's here. If she's still knocking, she's not going anywhere. And I take out my M1911.
Okay.
I got a 10 on my rouse right now,
Yeah. What do you want to do?
and I go and I disappear again.
Okay. So the second.
Great.
So you point in the direction so that Connie turns away from you, and you kind of just become invisible as she turns back around.
Yeah, I think you should go open it or answer the door, at least. And I go invisible.
Okay.
This is when I second guess all of the choices that I made on my character sheet. Okay, so I look.
You're the muscle.
So I know. No. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna. I do a little. Zhuzh.
Yeah.
And I go up to the door and I say, "Who is it?"
As you go up to the door, you hear what sounds like a key being entered into the lock, and then you say,
great.
"Who is
Here's
it?"
the key. I'm just here.
And you hear the key being pulled out. I am sorry. I did not mean to interrupt whatever Joshua has going on. I will leave.
Uh, I open the door.
Okay. You are standing face to face with the same woman that I described for Jeff. Her body is maybe 6 inches taller than yours, smaller, and at first glance it looks like this is the owner of the clothing you found.
Oh.
And she looks at you for a moment and she turns back around as having heard the door open.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hi.
she's like, hello? Who are you?
I'm Joshua's niece.
I was not aware that he had family visiting.
I'm only here for a short time. He left me a key. He said I could come by whenever I want, and I'm just staying here for the night. I'm sorry.
I understand. I did not mean to interrupt them.
Are you his girlfriend?
She smiles. No. We are friends. Is he around?
Your guess is as good as mine. I just came in to grab a pop.
The pub.
And use the bathroom. I didn't.
Yes. And you see she takes a deep breath through her nose. And her whole demeanor changes. And she's like, I have some things in the front bedroom. May I collect them?
Sure. Why not? Yeah.
Thank you. And she starts to step towards the door.
I'm gonna look around, like as she walks. I'm gonna look around as if I could see these two guys, which I know I can't see, and
Yep.
I'm giving them the eyes of like, be on alert. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. As she crosses the threshold and kind of steps next to you, there's a moment where you're suddenly flooded with that same image of the first night that you turned, of Joshua kind of crashing through the window in his wolf form, and your beast starts to cower. You can feel the adrenaline that you haven't felt in years kind of start to pulse through your body, and there is an urge to flight.
Oh no.
But she just kind of steps into the house, and you see her close the door behind her,
Oh no.
and she takes another deep breath. Always through the nose, you notice. And she goes, "There is something wrong in this house."
Huh?
And you see her look towards the hallway that leads to Joshua's bedroom, almost to the last position that you saw Albert in. And you see her take a step towards it.
Guys, I'm sorry. I think I killed us. I'm sorry.
Would I know if I move if it would turn off?
It would not turn off, but you would have to start to make a new roll.
Ooh, fuck that! I rolled high. No, we're staying put.
Okay.
Would you like a pop?
You notice that
I take that as code and I shoot her. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
she doesn't turn around to you at all, and she kind of steps right in front of Albert, and she just holds up her hand. She's like, no, thank you. And she takes another big, deep breath through her nostrils.
Oh my goodness. I'm supposed to meet some friends. Do you think that maybe I can help get the stuff that you need? And I actually have to go back there anyway.
You see that as you start to talk to her, she kind of looks at you, Albert. And all three of you see her suddenly grow another 6 inches, and her body mass kind of increases by like 75%. And she just becomes like this really muscular version of herself. I'm going to give you one chance to tell me where Joshua is before I exact vengeance for him.
Exact vengeance? Wait. I don't know where Joshua is. That is the truth. I do not know where he is. I wouldn't. He's. Your guess is as good as mine. Please don't exact vengeance, because I don't know where he is.
This is not good enough. And as she raises her right hand upward, you see a furious sudden burst of fur envelop her body, just black onyx obsidian fur, and she grows to about 9 feet tall. And she just has these massive clawed hands, and you can see the body of the werewolf in its war form standing in front of you. And it just brings its claws down on where Albert is standing.
I want the knife. Give me the knife.
I don't know where you are.
Albert, would you like to make a dex and athletics check to dodge, or a wits and athletics to dodge?
Fighting the werewolf guys. I love how
I
Will was like,
suppose.
man, we don't need. Don't worry, you guys don't need to know what weapons you guys got from this lady. Don't worry about it.
I got silver brass knuckles, and I wear them always. Because I have 2 points in brawl.
But no
Oh,
athletics.
Oh shit! I dropped one. Oh my
You
god!
look how
I fell into
nervous
my
he is.
computer.
He's so nervous now.
Look, I got a 9 on my hunger die, and then I got a 4 on the other one. I'm just gonna roll another dice,
Okay.
and an 8.
Okay. You see that there's a blur of darkness, and it almost looks like there's faces that kind of plume out of it like smoke monsters as he moves away. But he just, for some fantastic reason, Albert has kind of rolled out of the way of this massive claw that just has left these 4 deep, like 3-inch gashes in the drywall of this house.
Oh, that's Jesus Christ working right there.
Okay, I come out of the thing.
Yeah.
I come out and I just start screaming, "The woods to the west! He's in the woods to the west!"
She turns in your direction with a heavy snarl, and then you see her revert back to the form between, to the glabro form.
Oh god.
I put away the gun.
Okay.
I put it away and I go, "Listen. That's his. I guess that is his niece. You could say. She
Yeah.
is. She is. You know. I'm sure you know who he is.
He is known to us, yes.
Okay. She is one of his. That's why she's here. We are here with her.
She looks over at her. You are Connie?
Oh.
Yeah.
And at that, she shrinks down to her regular size.
I was hoping somebody would talk. I was like, just say something.
I didn't know what to say.
Why didn't you say so when I knocked?
So
We've had-
beautiful.
I tell her we've had bad experiences with doors in the last couple of days, in the last few weeks.
I understand.
Who are you?
I am... my name is hard to pronounce in your language, but you may call me Kali. It is a name that I have earned from the people who raised me. I bring you this then, and you see out of a messenger bag she pulls a small kind of wooden box that's maybe a foot long, about 8 inches wide, and about 3 or 4 inches deep, and she just kind of hands it to you. It looks beautifully handmade. He has sent this for you. He thinks you will understand what to do with it.
Joshua.
Yes,
Okay.
he is safe.
Yeah.
He is with my kind in the park to the west. We do not recommend that you go looking for him. He has earned safety from my kind. You, and she kind of looks at Albert, you have not.
I understand.
And she does go into the bedroom, and she does kind of pull some clothing.
Okay.
I kind of look at Connie and like, so do we have safety?
If anyone has safety, it's gonna probably be me, and maybe you. Definitely not Simon Albert.
I'm okay with that.
She comes back out, and you see that she's stuffing some of the clothing into the bag, into the satchel that she has. It was good to meet you, Connie. I have heard many stories of you and your, how does he put it? Sarcasm.
My husband thinks it's funny too. Oh, well, thank you. Can I, before you go, do do will we see him again? Can I turn to you if we need to find him or need protection, or is that just like a thing he earned?
That is what he has earned for our sept.
KKK.
If your paths cross with someone else from our sept, I hope that Gaia has mercy and the death is quick. Especially if you are with him, and she points at Albert.
Phase out. I shift out.
What Kali, and I kind of I'm kind of respectful,
Yeah.
because I know where my bread's buttered, bro. I'm not gonna you know.
Yeah.
What concerns do you have with him?
He has come to us for protection.
No, I meant Albert. I look at Albert.
Oh. He is touched by the underworld. That is a curse for my people. My tribe has come in contact with it, so I know the dangers that come from the Shadowlands. He will be your undoing.
I lift up my back and I show the bullet marks. I go, of that I am certain.
You have war scars. I respect that.
Well, thank you, Callie.
Yes, you are welcome, Connie. As for your other questions, if I am here in the house, I will protect it. It is Joshua's. So as such, it is an extension of him. If you are here when I am protecting it, I will protect you as well, as you are his by line of blood. But if you are anywhere else, the protection ends. You understand that your kind is unnatural and that you have no place in Gaia's plan. You are aberrations. As such, you must be destroyed, so that your soul may be released and it may join Gaia's will once more. But otherwise, I would like to sit down and drink a pop with you. Yes. But not tonight.
I don't drink a lot of pops anymore.
Yes.
But I would love to sit down and talk to you sometime soon.
And good night to the two of you.
I nod.
I hope your death is fast. And she looks at Albert.
Pleasure meeting you as well.
And you see her go to leave.
I put my hand on Connie's shoulder and I'm like, I think it's only right you let her relay a message to Joshua.
Yeah.
Let him know what's been asked of us.
Callie,
She stops at the door. Yes, Connie.
tell Joshua that we've been commanded to bring him to the Primogen. So, if he's under your protection, I'm sure that he's safe, but they are going to be looking for him. There's a lot of stuff going on that I'm sure he knows more about than we do, but they're asking us to find him too.
She looks at you, and she closes her fist. She's like, if they wish to come for him, they have but to come. It will be a glorious night, and we will spill much blood in the name of Gaia. But
Right on.
I will relay your message that you are given a very difficult task that involves him.
Thank you.
And she opens the door and walks out into the night.
Well, that was exciting.
Now I gotta open up this box. What does it look like? You said it was like a foot by something?
It is a simple wooden box. There's no locking mechanism. It just kind of has this very simple 3-part hinge. So it opens up like a music box.
Okay. Well,
It's
before I do
hands.
that, she closes the door, right?
No, she left it open.
Okay, I'm gonna go close it.
Okay. As you go to close the door, you see her kind of stepping down the walkway that leads to the street. And halfway through, she is it looks like she's looking into like a compact. And she vanishes mid-stride.
So badass. Okay.
I wish I was playing werewolf.
All right, I'm gonna close the door.
A werewolf is a different animal altogether, pun intended.
Mm.
After I close the door, I'm gonna lock it,
Mm-hmm.
and I open this box.
Okay. There is a lot of attention to the detail. And inside you see what looks to be a severed hand. It's desiccated. It looks weathered, and in between the pointer and middle finger with the thumb kind of holding it in place is another business card. And wrapped around the wrist of this hand is another kind of leather thong that has a similar kind of shark tooth that Kali was wearing.
What is on the business card?
It says Barnaby's at top, and beneath it just says a bookstore, and the address is Orchard Heights Road and Onyx Street. If you lift the hand, you'll see that there's a folded note underneath it,
Mm-hmm.
and it reads, "For protection, in case she makes her move."
The hand is the protection.
No, I think it's the shark
Probably,
tooth.
probably.
Okay,
Yeah, the
fine.
shark tooth.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
It's the hand. Yeah, it's the hand.
Who knows? Who knows? He's giving her a
That's
hand.
really bulky to carry around.
Yeah, right? And as the three of you have staved off death once again, and the night is barely started for the three of you, this is where we're going to leave off for tonight. And I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in with us and enjoying our Camarilla game, which hopefully you did enjoy. Uh, Again, remember, we're still not out of the woods yet, so please keep your distance, wear your masks, wash your hands, and just look after each other. And as always, it has been a rough year. It has been a taxing year, and if you need to reach out and ask for help, there's no shame in it. Please call a friend, call a family member. And if you're a family member or a friend of somebody that is usually a strong personality, then please check in on them. A simple call, hello, how are you doing, can change somebody's trajectory. And mental health is part of our general health. So I urge everyone to kind of reach out and just, there's no harm in saying hello. And please don't feel ashamed if you need to seek professional help. There's no shame in it. Everyone needs to get help at some way, shape, or form. So don't think of it as being taboo or a topic that should not be talked about. And with that, I hope to see you on Wednesday for our Legend of the Five Rings game, or on Friday for our Star Wars game, or even Saturday for our special one-shot of Mage set in World War II. So you have several chances to come see us again. I look forward to seeing you in the audience. Have a good night.